So thank you so much, Suresh. And it's a pleasure to take time out. It's very late in Sydney time, but we are privileged, and really thank you so much, for agreeing to moderate it at such short notice. I know I'm just hoping that we will use this as a starting point and take our partnership to much more active between the two economies, Australia and India, very diverse and vibrant economies, and particularly with respect to startups. So thank you so much for your time. And I will probably now have Richu to suggest what we should be doing next.
Thank you, Professor Tille. Thanks a lot again, Professor Suresh, for being with us today. It was very kind of you. And, Professor Tille and Professor Krishna has answered a lot of questions. I'm sure the participants have benefited a lot from the session. Professor Suresh, Professor Tille, if you would like to take on a few more questions, you can.
Okay.
I know it's really late for you, Professor Suresh, so you can, we do not want to bother you to stay.
Sure. Thank you very much. And it's a pleasure to be here and moderate the questions. So thank you all. And thank you, Professor Tille, for the opportunity.
Thank you, Suresh. The pleasure is ours. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
I can take a few questions. Is that all?
Yes,
okay.
yes, you can go for it.
All right. So there are some of these questions that are very specific to a particular sector, which I will not be able to comment because I'm not very familiar. For example, there is a question on how do I comment on bioinformatics startups in India. We're not very familiar with each and every sector per se. So I would be able to add much, in this regard. And easy and supportive from government. So today, I think each and every state governments are having different schemes that are helping startups. Right? They open up applications. They have incubation centers. And they provide grants. And many times they provide several promotional schemes. Let's say, for example, financial support for attending an international marketing event, or financial support for patenting. So these are some of the different forms of support that the government is providing. Over a period of time, government support has kind of moved away from direct financial support to kind of providing infrastructure towards providing other means of non-financial support to the startups. So that's kind of by and large been the trend in the recent years. So then there is a question on, again, it's a specific question on climate tech startup, right? Climate tech, plastic recycling, and so on. So again, we are not able to kind of specifically comment on sector-specific, questions. So then there is a question from Karthik Dinayalan. So what is Vinos Venture Engine? So Vinos Venture Engine is a startup that is being supported by the IIT Madras incubation cell. And that is in some form implementing some of the, that's an implementation partner for this Crest, right? So the data platform that we have talked about, it is actually implemented and maintained by Vinos Venture Engine, which ensures that the database is easily available for users. It is reliable. And there are several things that is needed to ensure that the database is up to date, right? So that part of maintaining the database and ensuring that it is easily accessible, it is the responsibility of the Vinos Venture Engine. Then there is some questions. Could you please clarify how and when a university can bring their students on for sessions on how to start a startup? So there are several programs that are being conducted, by IIT Madras, different arms of IIT Madras. We have the eCell, which conducts the entrepreneurship week that happens during the January, February kind of months every year. And the last year, it has been a virtual conference because of the COVID. And then, So there was a connection problem and I got disconnected. I hope I'm audible now.
Yeah. You are.
Okay, thank you. So for how long can students reside in the campus? So students can stay as long as they remain students. It depends on what kind of program is in. So an undergraduate program is normally taking about 4 to 5 years, including a dual degree. A PhD can take any time between 4 to 5 years. Master students can take between 2 to 3 years. So, the students provide in the campus. What facilities are provided to them? A lot of facilities. So we have a laboratory, various laboratory facilities. Then there is a tinkering lab where students can work with an idea and then give shape to their product. And then there are grants provided to innovative projects that the students propose. And then, we also talk about, pre-incubation facilities for students so that they can identify the feasibility of the idea to really make it like a commercial startup. And then there is an incubation facility at the IIT Madras Research Park. So the entire support across the value chain is provided to startups in the campus. Professor Krishna, you would like to take any questions that you would want to respond to?
Somebody says that they are running a successful local food delivery platform in Bhimavaram. That's fantastic, Pavan. Happy to know about it. Then I have a list of latest reasons. Yeah, sure, you can always share. And people are asking what are the possible areas, how to get the venture capital, what are the possibility areas are there? Didn't understand exactly the question. How to get the venture capital means you need to apply to the venture capitalist. What are the possible areas? First, you develop your idea of innovation or startup, in which area you want to work, and make a presentation and think of list of companies you want to approach. Then they will be able to tell whether they can help or not. How will the medical startups in future? Will it interest the venture capitalists to invest in? Definitely any area where there is a potential market, venture capitalists will be looking at it, but we need to do your homework well before approaching them. That's what is required. Then Kalidas is asking, is there a possibility for the individuals to approach and get guidance from IIT Startup Incubator? Right?
Yes, thanks. Is there a possibility? Yes. The incubator website is, providing all the information on, how to approach the incubator, what is the format of the application, where the startups can, submit their idea or the startup. And then, they go through an assessment process. And after that, they are, admitted to the incubation facility. So, they could just go through the website and then get all the details. And then, they can also attend a few events that are being conducted by the incubation cell. And that will help them to get more familiarity with how they can increase their chances of getting accepted at the incubator.
Archana, the website link is available. You can see the crest. Professor Tillai has showed you the website. You can open the website from any place and then look into the information that you want. It is publicly available.
I have answered that website, Krishna. I've given the website now in the chat.
Okay, fine. I think we are done. Similar questions only getting repeated. The portal is not accessible to me, she is telling, but you have given the link.
So there is one question from Rashmi, which says that, how important is choosing the right partners in a startup venture? Many times startups fail or fall apart due to incompatibility with partners on issues like equity stakes, etc. And so it's important, right? In a marriage, there has to be compatibility between the two people involved. So similarly, the founders of a startup has to be compatible with each other. It's very important. The chemistry works, right? Chemistry not only with the founders, but chemistry between founders and investors, if there are, chemistry between founders and incubators, chemistry between founders and mentors. So all of it is very important. So therefore, the startup founders have to be very diligent in terms of choosing the right partners. Right, partners could be investors, partners could be other co-founders, partners could be mentors, partners could be incubators, and so on and so forth. Yes, this is a very, very important thing. In fact, if many of the external investors, before they actually make an investment in the company, they look at the aspect of the relationship of the founders, the comfort of founders to work together, in the venture is critically assessed. Because if the founding team falls apart, the entire venture collapses, and with that, the investors' capital is also evaporates. So therefore, the investors are very careful before they actually make an investment in trying to find out whether the founding team is cohesive and the founding team has capability to work together for the benefit of the